Welcome back to Factorio. I'm Darkstar, and we're playing a modded playthrough with Bobs and Angels. Now, in the previous episode, we did loads. Like, we built a massive plastic setup, and this is now stopped because it's full of plastic. And we also fixed silicon as well. So we now have silicon, monosilicon that we can use for circuits, and all that's left to do now is actually to build the factory. Now, in between the episodes, I've done a lot of cleanup. We've got rid of the science setup that we had, also the previous electronics setup that we had, essentially just so I could steal all of the electronics facilities. I've done a little bit more cleanup. Some of the mines have all completely gone now. I have noticed a bit of a problem, and this problem is that we're running out of circuits for the base. So it's something to definitely keep an eye on. Now, in the meantime as well, I've also set up all the trains. I've set up all their schedules, but I've not done any unloading, and I've also done them down here as well. So I think we're ready. So I think first things first, I want to set it up so these are actually limited, because I don't want them to run the entire time. Yeah? I'm going to change this, however, though, because I would like 2 of each. So, yeah. I would like it like that. This box here is just the components from the previous setups that I've just... obviously I can't use right now, but they will be used in the electronic setup later. Now, we're going to have this setup like as before. Where we have the 6 bulk inserters, we have these, but I've also installed a few extra mods. Now, one of my viewers, Zinny_ZP, kindly suggested a very good mod in order to support, which is to do with pipes. You'll see them automatically connect. It's wonderful. I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it's called automatic pipe connectors. But no, it's very good. But I also installed another one where we use these undergrounds, and when you place them down, we get like that little indicator there showing where to place them, so I don't have to keep destroying them. You know? So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to copy that. I'll do that, that, and that. Now what I will do as well is, because these are input stations, well, output stations, you know what I'm talking about. I also want to place these here too. All right, so we're going to have you there, you there. We're going to have you there, then you, and you. And then I think it's you, and you, you, and you. And do need to grab some more pipe, actually. Just remembering about that. So we're just going to put these loaders down like this. Yeah. And now if I use these pipes, I can do that. Wonderful. I'm going to put these up as well. Let's put them in the bin. Thank you. So I don't need them right now. But one of the things I will be doing is I would like to have some kind of electronics bus, because we're going to be using these 3 materials further down the line as well. Alright, so let's look at our planner. Now, I've already set it up to imagine that we get a full yellow belt of circuits at any one time. Um, Obviously, we're going to upgrade this. It's going to be a beacon, so there'll be more than one yellow belt, but at the maximum tier. So just going to use those recipes. Now, one of the things I really like about the basic circuits recipe is that it has a really, really nice ratio. So if I come down here, maybe, yeah. So this could be the wires, and if I do that, one of these wires will support 4 of these, which I just love. I think that's really nice. And one of the wood board creators is going to support 2 of these. So if I copy that, I can do that again. And that's exactly what I need. Nice and easy. Now, we're not going to be using copper coil for anything else, so I'm just going to have it like that. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to place a substation there, just so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Just going to place the loader right here and have it export just like that. Come down, and then that's that sorted. Now we have wood as well. I think what I'd like to do is, you know what, I want to move part of these just slightly down, like that. That way I can do that. And now I can have the wood come down like this. And I can do the wood like that and that. I'm going to just press Shift C to empty all the stuff that I don't need. And I'm going to get it to drop over there, but pick up from here. Yeah. Copy, paste, 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 rotate, paste, paste, paste. Yeah, paste. And that's that done. Now which way do I want the circuits to come? I think I want them to come this way, right? That makes sense. If I do this, and I'm just, in fact, I don't even need to offset these. And then if I rotate these around and flip it vertically, now I can do a underground just like that. And just like that, we have basic circuits. I'm just going to place some of these down, however. Oops. Should we place it further down slightly? Yeah. We'll place it there. Wee bit annoying, but it'll do. Now we can just connect these up. Now we just need to connect these up as well. Let's do... I don't know why I keep doing that. Right, no. There, 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 and there. And let's connect this up. And now we have basic circuit boards being created. Nice. let's go on to the next thing. Now, I'm going to leave that as it is because this looks remarkably extendable. Yeah. Now, let's come on to this one. I just need to remember the ratios. So it's very similar. Okay, so let's figure this out. So what I just seen there is that for every 2, let me come down slightly. Yeah, for every 2 of these, we require 3 of these. Yeah, that's that ratio there. And then we're going to need 1 wooden board there. Copy this and flip it around. Yeah, and if I copy that, we can do that as well. And again, we're using the exact same ratio as before. Now, the question is, how are we going to get the circuits out? And I think I've figured it out. We'll do something like that. I'm probably going to put another substation right here. And I think what I want to do is this. So if we pick up from here, drop that. So copy that and copy that. And then I'd like you to drop that. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to horizontally flip it and do that. So that works as I expect it to. We'll have the wood come down here like that. That's nice and easy. We're going to have those 4 do that. So let's have the wood come out now. Let's have the underground just do that as well, please. And then we can do that. Yep. Okay. So I'm just going to press Shift and C just to get rid of those basic electronic things. So it's just going to create some more for us now. Not sure why it's like that. Yeah, should be like that. That way. There we go. That's how it should be. Ooh, hello. How can I help you, cat? Meow. I know, I don't speak the language of your ancestors. I apologize. Okay. So, next thing we want to do is we want to have one of these give us all of the wire that we need. So I think what I want to do is have this come out on all sides because these produce super damn fast. So if I do, I don't know, like this. In fact, I think I'm going to move it slightly up like that. Do I want it even further up? I don't know. How about I put it here instead then? Yeah. We have that like that. And I want you to come down here. I want to come here. Okay. I would prefer to have a separate thing for carbon. So we're going to do this. Okay. We're going to have you like that. And I think we'll do pick up from that. And flip it around. Okay, fairly happy with that. Again, I think I'm going to use another splitter because why not? A little bit messy here, but I feel like it'll work. Now let's do you. That's all the carbon. Now, how are we going to get the wires to come into you? I think what we'll do is something like this. So it's going to point down here, but pick up from there. Yeah, so it goes in, picks from there. Pick up, drop in. That should work, is my guess. So we've now done basic circuits and electronic circuits. Nice. That seems okay. Now we come on to advanced circuits. Now there is a lot more involved to this, but I'm confident we can do it. Shoot. Let's do the same things as before. We're going to have these come out that way. Yep. Let's copy that and do that. Obviously I don't need to do it for that one, that's a fluid. Let's flip these around. Okay. Now let's come over here. And let's connect you up this way. Okay. Need to put these one higher, don't I? Now, I don't think I reuse any of these. I might be wrong, but I don't think I do. I'm going to delete this one. I'd rather power it from this side, and then it doesn't look as iffy, and then I can power it up here. Okay. I'm going to head back to the base because I need pipe. Because to make advanced circuits we need to use the ferric chloride solution, so I might as well just have it now rather than running backwards and forwards. Let's run over here. Do I bring the circuits up here now? It's a good question. But I think that's enough. Let's grab a few more undergrounds actually, just in case. Shouldn't need any more than that. Should be plenty. Famous last words, of course. So let's jump back in the car, run around. Try not to crash into anything. Run down this way. And run down here. Okay. So one of the things I noticed with this particular recipe is that it's a 1-to-1 ratio between advanced circuits and the circuit boards. So what I was thinking is if I come up here, just give myself some space really, is if I do something like this, where we have circuit boards, rotate that around. I think I'm going to do that horizontal flip switch and do that. Now I can do the inserters into here, and we have these. Now these require 3 solid inputs, so we're going to have things coming in this way. So let's do that now. And these require 3 solid inputs as well. So again, I'm going to copy that, and we're going to do this. However, we also need to do an output for these guys as well. So what I'm thinking is on this side, on this inside track, we get circuit board, the basic electronic components and the transistors, which is fine, not tricky. But then on the outside track, we do solder and do it on one side, and then we put on the advanced circuits to go on the other side, which is what I'm thinking. So I think that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to pick up from the down bit like that. No. Yeah. That's what it's going to be like. Those are all of the inserters that I need, I think. And we're going to just do that. So that's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So if I do that, I should have 24. Yep. Now I'm going to copy this, horizontally flip it. Now I'm going to do that. Now these ones need to change. So these need to be offset. So I'm just going to manually adjust them all. Because they need to go on the same output, really. Now I've done that, I'm going to copy all of this. And again, double it again. And we just need loads in order for this to work properly. Now, these ones, these require just one of everything. So I was thinking of like doing half sides for these and then just a full one and have both sides take it. I thought that made sense. You know what though? Changed my mind. And the reason I've changed my mind is for power. So I'm going to stop you deconstructing these two. Everything else I would like you to deconstruct. Thank you. So let's get these substations, which have been super helpful. And I'm just trying to think, like, if I did have it as close as it was before, what would I have done? Like, realistically, you know? So let's do these again. Okay. And let's place the other substations here. And here. So that's all powered now. And I am stuck. So looking over here, we need a fair amount of solder, obviously. And we're going to require 2 of these, I'm guessing. Oh, only 1? Okay. That is surprising. Which would mean then, all I need to do is really copy this. Yeah. If I place this like, I don't know, just up here. Change my mind. Let's move this higher up. So these circuits are going to go on the outside track. So the solder needs to come on the inside track. Like that. And like this. Okay, change your recipe to not silver, solder. Can we come back up here? Let's change that to that building. Yeah. So we'll have solder come down this way. We'll do that in a bit though. Let's think about everything else. Now, what I'm doing with this recipe here, if I bring this down slightly, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do in fact, instead of like fannying about doing that, why don't I just use a splitter? Yeah, and then I can do this, copy, paste. Okay. Let me bring this slightly higher actually. And I'm just going to press Shift C, get rid of the transistors. So I want 2 outputs for these. And I'm just going to do that. Surely there's a better way to do this. Okay. Now we want 2 of these and 2 of these. We are going to do that here. And this here. So you've got 2 halves and halves, which is quite nice. I think I'm going to just do that and go up like that. But before I do completely, shall we do the undergrounds? Yeah. Why didn't I think about that? Okay. Now, the next step I want to do is I want to bring these out this way. I want to remove these. These are just in the way. If I get my substations, much better. And I can remove this. Okay. Now I think what I want to do is have 4 half and half belts come this way. And these are going to have the transistors and the basic electronic components on them. So if I do this, bring this one down actually slightly. We then can do that and that. Let's bring you down, because you're in the way. And then we'll do that and that. You're not connected, let's fix that. We'll do you and you. And you and you. That's everything connected there. Now we just need to do some more work with plates. Let's do that. Such a great suggestion. Great suggestion this person had for me. Now if I come down here, let's place this down first. Put the pump in here. So these are starting to make now, so they have all the materials they need. Now, what are we going to do about the transistors and the basic circuit boards? Now, we need quite a few assemblers for this. So if I come up to here, for example, we need 16 for basic electronic circuit boards, and we need 28 for transistors. So what I had in mind, and I might be crazy, but essentially having 2 silos here. Having these spaced relatively far apart, and having this essentially. So where we do that, and how are we going to do this one? Yeah, like that. So we're almost there. I think I just need to give myself one more spot. like I've confused myself. What are we doing? Okay, so these two are connected. And those are connected now. So now we have the 4 lines we want. Let's limit these because I don't want to have massive silos full of these. Seems a good buffer. Let's place you over here. So let's place basic circuit boards in here. I think that makes sense. I think what I'm going to do as well, just while I'm here, is bring these down. And we do this. And then that can be the solders set up, ready to go. So we needed 14 of these, 16. Okay, that's nice and easy. So we'll have 4 inputs just like that. And we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have a bit of a gap. 4. Copy that. And just do that. We'll have these 4 go in like that. And these 4 go in like that. Yeah. I think for these, because we make 5 every 2 seconds, we'll use fast inserters for now. But it could get to the point we need bulks. But I'm just going to leave it for the time being. And let's place a substation right here. Again, just to deal with the power. I think I'm going to need a couple of these, let's be honest. I don't think I need to place the power down like this, do I? How about we just place this higher up then? Plus, how much why do you need? Fair amount. But this should be enough. Okay. Let's place these down as well. Now we're going to pick up from that. Paste, 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 paste. And flip it around. Let's do you to that then. And this will be the carbon that we need. I am just going to place a splitter for this though. So I don't think we need that much. got it. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Let's fix that. So I would like you to go down like that. And we'll use you to go down like this. That is what I wanted. So obviously filling up, getting loads, and it's all going onto one side of the thing for me. So basic circuit boards, nice and easy. We already knew that recipe anyway. What are we going to do about these? So we need 28 of these, which tells me that we're going to have them come in this way. Let's do exactly the same thing. Okay. So these require 3 inputs. And the output 5 every 3.5 seconds. Okay. So again, I think I'm going to do something like this. Copy, paste, vertically flip it. I was thinking me bringing like 600 fast inserters was too many. Didn't need that many. I was wrong. How many silver wire things do I need to make? But this is 2, right? Let's go back to it. Yeah, 2. So again, I'm going to copy this. I feel it makes sense in my head. I can place it like this. Change the recipe obviously to silver wire. And here we can just do that. Yeah, I was just making sure. I thought it would have made some red. Because I dumped all the transistors in, didn't I? Let's dump those in. Now, one of the things we need to make is the silicon wafers. And we need 4 assemblers to do this. Okay. Shall I do them here? Yeah. I feel this makes sense. So we can have the monosilicon coming up this way. And then we're going to use bulk inserters just like this. So we're going to make a shed ton. And then we can just go like that, right? All the silicon wafers. I'll have this come this way, however. So what I want to do is have this here, and I think have this one here as well. So this is going to be silicon wafers, which I think I'm just going to put up this way. And we'll do that. And plastic is going to come this way. Okay. All right, let's move it there then. We just need both. Just do that then, that'll work. And last but not least, we need the silver wire. I'll just come this way, like that. Now we can see all these lights switch on. Fabulous. Now we're getting the transistors, and the transistors are coming into here now. Nice. Let's increase this. So it's a bit of a trickle at the minute, but that should increase. Nice. I don't mind that. This is an alright setup, I think. So I've left these open because ultimately I feel there's going to be another like electronic station down here for the blue circuits that we get later, which is not terribly far away. So yeah, we've got blue circuits later, and then we've got advanced processing units, and both of these require the transistors and the basic ones and basics in them, transistors again. So I feel like I'm going to have a bit of a bus come down this way, but maybe not. Maybe I just build extra train stations. I've not decided yet. But yeah, that's electronics done. Now, we've been waiting to build electronics for one specific reason, and we wanted to do science. So I'm coming up this way because I think this is where I want my science to be. So I'm going to come to my blueprint book. I don't have enough rail for this, I'm certain of it, for how many rails I'm imagining. I'm going to come Let's do that. Now, I was thinking of doing this in two ways. So we could have a train station for each input similar to this. Or we could have one where we kind of have rolling inputs. So we can have like them come out on two sides, which is a nice idea. But I feel it'll create too much traffic, especially seeing as we don't have any yeah, we don't have any overground rails. Is that what they're called? Elevated. So I'm going to build this like this for now. And there's a lot of materials. So I've kind of already planned these out on the planner. What I've done is I've broken them down so all I can see straight away is what their basic requirements are. So obviously we've got the electronics, tin, iron, then electronics, the chemicals. You get the gist, yeah? I'm also going to add another one to this list. And we're going to break this down. So we are close to getting these two. We already have all the materials to make this now. Just want to change this to blues. I'm going to change these recipes. And essentially, I'm thinking about making 2 science per second. One of the things to think about when it comes to Bobs and Angels is not trying to get all the science per minute you can get straight away. Like, just getting the next science is the achievement, you know? So I'm just going to place these down. Kind of wish I had changed this. Let me just quickly change my preferences here. So, if... 3. Thank you. I think it's 3 anyway. So I place these, and these, and these. It isn't 3. Let's go to 4. And I can change these myself anyway. So that's the thing which is going to stop us from making pink science or transport science packs is cobalt. We don't have any yet. I'm going to place the fast inserter down. Place the normal inserter down. And then let's do these as well. I think that's them all. Yeah, we still need to have bronze pipe and iron pipe. So that's everything. These are all the materials that we need for this as well. He says, actually, I've not placed this one down yet. Let's do this one. So we also need lube. And I'm classing batteries as a basic component. Let's move these higher. And then let's move these higher. Yeah. It's only 96 machines. So this is where the outputs are going to come. Just going to do this like that. And now do that. Actually, I have more train stations on me than I thought I did. Quite nice. Let's copy this. Yep. Yeah, here we go. I don't know if this is enough. How many have we got? 14. 1, 2, 5, 10. That is 14 in and of itself. So yeah, it's not enough because we need a few extra materials. We need lead, we need sulfur, we need sodium hydroxide. So I need 1, 2, 3. And that should be for the first 6 science packs. I also remembered as well, coal. Yeah, definitely don't have enough rail, but I'm glad I've just done the tops and then I can obviously rename it, everything. Thank you. So let's head over here. No remove you as well, please. So we'll come over here. I'm probably going to do this from map view. I think it'll be a bit easier. And we're going to call this science. Let's copy the name and paste the name. In fact, I would like to have the hyphen there as well. That way I can just put the material that it is. So let's begin this journey. We are going to need electronic circuits and basic circuits. So basic first, then electronics. Cool. Then we are going to need iron. Then we're going to need tin. And that's red sandstone. Now, the next one we're going to need, in fact, that's the first 2 sciences done. So we're going to go into grey science now, or military science. So if we come over here, what else do we need? We need lead. We need steel. Nope, that's not steel. That's invar. Steel is there. We've done lead, we've done steel. Next we need coal. The grenades and the bullets. Yeah. And I think we need one more. And that's stone bricks. That'll be for the wall. And I think that's all the materials for grey. And then after grey, we're going to be doing red. Not red, blue science. So now we need sulfur. Sodium hydroxide. As well as those, we need red circuits. And that's everything we need for blue signs, because we already have the other materials to make the engines in the other train stations. Now for the next tiers of science. Now I'm going to do this one last, because this is going to be lubricant. So we're going to have to sort lubricant out at some point. Now, what else do we need? So we need definitely cobalt steel. So let's put these in. In fact, we're going to need aluminium. We're going to need brass. We're going to need bronze. Need batteries. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can see the different materials. Let's look at the planner. What am I missing? So cobalt steel, which I will add. These should be down as well. Let's go further up for these guys. Yep, just like that. Okay. Oh, I see. Engines need to be quite high up. We'll do them up there. There we go. And this has dropped down to 12 now because I didn't notice that. Cool. So that was 12. Is that everything? I feel like I'm missing stuff. Let me come. I'm going to bring the planner here. So we've got batteries, we've got brass. We don't have cobalt steel. I will add cobalt steel in a second. We've got aluminium, we've got brass, we've got bronze. We have steel. We have batteries, we have lube. Bricks, we already have bricks. We already have coal, we already have lead. I guess I've overshot it just by one. Okay, that's fine. So let's copy this to you, and here we are going to put cobalt steel. Now I think we're going to end the episode fairly shortly, but in between the episodes, what I will do is I will finish this train station off. And essentially clear a lot of this biological material, so we've got a good space to start working. Another thing that I want to do as well is I'm very mindful we have just produced a lot of train stations here. We're going to use a lot more trains, and we're going to start using a lot of the materials that we've had on trains for several hours now. So one of the things we have to think about is fueling the trains. Now, what we have right now in terms of making fuel is not sufficient. This has run out of coal, so the filters are just not working anymore. So this fuel here is going to run out. It's just what's going to happen. What I want to do, and I think I'm going to do it in between episodes as well, is I'm going to move this setup and move it just up here. I still want it to be quite close to the mud that we have. So it's going to just be around here, I think. And we're going to have lubricant and a better supply of this. Now, I don't want to use coal anymore. So one of the researches that we will be doing in the next episode, so even though I'm going to move it, it's not going to be working yet. We're going to do this recipe. So we can use the ceramic filter. And the reason we can use the ceramic filter is that all we have to do then is just wash it with purified water, which is nice and easy. We have plenty of that. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to do that instead. Is that long enough? Oh, give me a little bit longer, please. Slightly longer. How am I going to get you up here? This is my question. Let's remove this. Because that's 2 now, yeah. How do I get from you to you? I kind of like that S-bend, you know? I can convince myself that's science and that it wasn't poor planning on my behalf. And then if I just come from map view, you can do just like that and then just like that, yeah? Yeah, I like that. It wasn't poor planning. These are a lot longer than I wanted them to be, but we've got this nice S. I quite like that S, actually. But yeah, we're going to end the episode here. As I said, I will finish that off and have all the materials ready to start science, and I will move this up here and also the production from here up there as well. But yeah, thank you very much for watching today. If you've enjoyed this episode, why not come across to the next one? In the meantime, you guys take care.